I bet you didn't know this. Over 43% of people over 80 say they feel lonely on a regular basis. Not just now and then. Not just around the holidays. Every single week. And here's what they don't tell you. Loneliness, the kind that lingers in the quiet moments and settles into your bones, it's not just a feeling. It's a real health threat. It increases your risk of death more than obesity, more than heavy drinking, even more than smoking a pack a day. See, by the time you hit 80, maybe your knees creak a little louder, maybe your memory plays a few more tricks on you. But those things, they're expected. What no one prepares you for is the emotional weight of feeling forgotten. That dull ache when the phone doesn't ring. That strange silence when no one asks how your day was. That little pause when you wonder, does anyone even notice I'm still here? And the truth? Millions of seniors, just like you, are quietly carrying that same heaviness. Day after day. But you almost never hear it talked about, do you? Loneliness isn't something we like to admit. We're taught to smile, to stay strong, to say, I'm fine, when really, we're not. It's one of those silent threats. The kind that sneaks in while the world keeps moving without you. And it's not your fault. Life just changes after 80, friends move away, health shifts, the house gets quieter. And little by little, it's like the world starts to forget you're still full of stories, still full of wisdom, still very much alive. But listen closely, because here's what most people don't realize. What if I told you that there are people, real people, in their 80s and 90s, who say they're the happiest they've ever been? That they've discovered simple but powerful habits that keep their minds sharp, their hearts full, and their lives rich with purpose? That even in the quietest moments, they're never truly alone. And get this, most doctors never talk about these things. They'll tell you what pill to take for your joints, what to eat for your blood pressure. But they rarely, if ever, talk about what keeps your spirit alive. Why? Because somewhere along the way, we started treating loneliness like a side effect, a little inconvenience. But it's not. It's real. It's serious. And it's treatable, not with more pills, but with something far more human, connection. And here's the best part. More than 90% of seniors have never been told this one truth that can change everything. That your social health, your relationships, your sense of belonging, may be the number one key to a longer, happier life. According to a powerful study out of Harvard, people who maintain strong relationships into their 80s, 90s, and beyond, they don't just live longer. They live better. So, if you're over 80, if you felt even a little bit alone lately, stay with me. Because in this video, we're diving into 5 brutal but eye-opening realities about aging and loneliness that every senior deserves to know. Some of them might sting. But others? They just might change the way you see your golden years forever. Let's talk about the first reality. One that catches so many by surprise. Number 1, retirement doesn't always feel freeing. You spend most of your adult life dreaming of retirement, no alarm clocks, no deadlines, no more meetings. And at first, it feels like freedom. But then, a few weeks go by. The days start to blend. There's nowhere you have to be, no one really expecting you. And suddenly, all that freedom starts to feel a little like being lost. You wake up and think, what now? See, we weren't built to just stop living with purpose. Work gave your life rhythm. It gave you identity. And when that rhythm disappears, when no one needs your input, your wisdom, your help, it's easy to feel invisible. In fact, studies show that up to 1 in 4 retirees experience symptoms of depression after leaving the workforce. Not because they don't like the break, but because no one told them the truth. Retirement is only paradise if you build purpose into your days. And no, purpose doesn't have to be big. It's not about starting a charity or climbing a mountain. It can be as simple as a daily walk, journaling your thoughts, Mentoring someone younger, even if it's just a friendly chat with the neighbor's grandson. When you create structure, you create meaning. And when your day has meaning, your life feels full, not empty. Because you're not done offering value. You never were. Now let's move on to the second reality. One that many of us hope won't be true, but often is. Number 2, family won't always be there like you hoped. This one stings. Because family is supposed to be the one thing we can always count on. But here's the hard truth. Your children, they still love you. But they're busy. Their schedules are packed, their phones never stop buzzing, and most of the time, they're simply overwhelmed. According to research from Pew, most adult children live over 200 miles away from their aging parents. That means visits are fewer, calls are shorter, and the quiet stretches between get longer. You sit by the phone hoping it'll ring. You replay old memories just to feel close to them. And sometimes, you wonder if they even notice how much you miss them. But here's what you need to understand, and it may be one of the most important shifts you make. Depending on your children for companionship is not a plan. It's a hope. And while hope is beautiful, it can't be your only strategy. What you need is a circle of your own, people who understand what you're going through because they're living it too. That could be a senior group, a local club, a book circle, a faith-based gathering, or even a volunteer shift at the local food pantry. These aren't just activities. They're lifelines. Because every human, no matter their age, needs to be seen, heard, and valued. And if the family you raised is far away, then it's time to build a second family, right where you are. One that lifts you up, laughs with you, and reminds you every single day. You are not alone, and you never have to be. Let's talk about the third reality. One you may already feel, but don't often say out loud. Number 3, friends disappear faster than you think. You see, as we age, it's not just time that passes. People pass, too. Friends move away to be closer to family. Some can't get around anymore. Others are quietly battling illness, or memory loss, or simply fade from our day-to-day lives without meaning to. And yes, sometimes, they're gone in the permanent sense. And no matter how many years you shared or how many laughs you had, the silence they leave behind is deafening. Here's what the research shows: by the time you reach 80, your friendship network has likely shrunk by more than 40%. That's not just a number. That's empty seats at the table. Voicemails you can't return. And memories that now live only in your heart. But while we may not be able to stop the losses, we can do something about the emptiness. You've got to take the first step, even when it feels hard. Make it a habit, a weekly ritual, to reach out to one new person. Maybe it's someone from church. Maybe it's a neighbor you always wave to but never really talk with. Maybe it's someone you meet through a hobby, a club, or even just in line at the grocery store. You never know who needs a friend just as much as you do. And here's something most people overlook. Online communities for seniors are thriving. You don't even have to leave your house to find meaningful connection. There are forums, support groups, video calls, digital book clubs, and even virtual walking groups where seniors just like you gather to chat, laugh, and support one another. Technology might feel intimidating at first, sure. But once you get the hang of it, you'll wonder why no one told you sooner. Because connection doesn't have to be in person to be real. What matters is that you feel seen, that you feel heard, and that you know, in your bones, you're still part of the world. Now let's move on to the fourth reality. And this one is critical, because it doesn't just affect how you feel. It affects how long you live. Number 4, loneliness affects your body, not just your mood. A lot of people think loneliness is just an emotion. Something you deal with mentally. But that couldn't be further from the truth. Loneliness has a physical cost, and it's steep. According to the CDC, chronic loneliness can be as harmful to your health as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. Just think about that. The simple fact of not feeling connected can raise your blood pressure, spike your stress hormones, increase inflammation throughout your body, and even heighten your risk of dementia. And here's the tricky part, a lot of seniors don't even realize it's happening. They say things like, "I'm used to being alone," or "I don't want to bother anyone," or "I've got the TV to keep me company." But your body knows the difference. Watching a show isn't the same as talking to someone who really listens. Scrolling through social media isn't the same as feeling understood. Social media can be a nice distraction, sure, but don't confuse scrolling with connection. You don't need an hour-long dinner party. You don't need a packed calendar. Even just 10 minutes of real connection, a phone call, a face-to-face conversation, a shared laugh, can calm your nervous system, lower stress hormones, and actually protect your brain and your heart. That's the power of human connection. It's not fluff. It's medicine. And the best part? You can start today. With one honest conversation. With one small hello. With one moment where you let someone in. Because your body and your spirit, they were never meant to do this alone. Now, if you've made it this far with me, then I want to leave you with something many people your age never hear enough. Number 5, it's not too late to make deep connections. I know. It feels like it is sometimes, doesn't it? The old friends are gone. The family's grown and scattered. You might look around and think, at this age, who would even want to connect with me now? But I need you to hear this, really hear it. You are not too old to build something new. Not when it comes to friendships. Not when it comes to love. Not when it comes to real, honest, soul-deep human connection. Neuroscience, real brain science, shows that even past the age of 90, your brain is still capable of forming new emotional bonds. In fact, the need for connection doesn't shrink as we age. It grows. And the beautiful part? The friendships you build now, they're often more real, more raw, and more meaningful than the ones from decades ago. Why? Because by now, the masks are off. You're not trying to impress anyone. You're not competing. You're just being real. And that's where the good stuff lives. So here's something you can try, not someday, not when you feel more confident, but this week. Join a weekly group. Maybe it's a dance class, even if your knees complain a little. Maybe it's a book club, even if you only finish half the chapter. Maybe it's a faith circle, a walking group, a gardening club. Anything that gets you around other people who show up for the same reason. To feel something together. You might not click with everyone right away. That's okay. But keep showing up. Because connection doesn't happen in one moment. It happens in small, repeated acts, a shared laugh, a remembered name, a kind word over coffee. And sometimes, the most unexpected people turn out to be the ones who understand you best. You see, the deepest relationships of your life. They might not be in the past. They might be just ahead of you. And that's not just hope. That's science. That's experience. That's truth. So don't let age lie to you. Don't let loneliness convince you that the door is closed. Because the world still needs your stories. It still needs your heart. And somewhere out there is someone waiting for you, too. So, let's take a breath together. And go back to what really matters. If you want to protect not just your body, but also your heart and your mind, then remember this. Connection is just as vital as nutrition. Just like your body needs water and movement. Your soul needs other people. And the truth is, your strength, your real strength, doesn't just come from muscles or bones. It comes from meaning. From waking up and knowing you matter to someone. From having someone who misses you when you're gone. From being part of something, even something small. So if anything in today's message touched you, Don't just let it fade into the background. Pick one thing. Just one. Maybe it's a phone call to an old friend. Maybe it's joining a local group. Maybe it's asking your neighbor to walk with you once a week. Whatever it is, make it your new ritual. Not for someday. For this week. Because this life, your life, it's still unfolding. Your best years, they're not only behind you. They can still be ahead, richer, deeper, more fulfilling than you've dared to imagine. But only if you reach out and grab them. No one's going to do it for you. No one can. But you're not powerless. You're not done. You're still here. And that means your story is still being written. So, let's take a breath together. And go back to what really matters. If you want to protect not just your body, but also your heart and your mind, then remember this. Connection is just as vital as nutrition. Just like your body needs water and movement, your soul needs other people. And the truth is, your strength, your real strength, doesn't just come from muscles or bones. It comes from meaning. From waking up and knowing you matter to someone. From having someone who misses you when you're gone. From being part of something, even something small. So if anything in today's message touched you, don't just let it fade into the background. Pick one thing. Just one. Maybe it's a phone call to an old friend. Maybe it's joining a local group. Maybe it's asking your neighbor to walk with you once a week. Whatever it is, make it your new ritual. Not for someday. For this week. Because this life, your life, it's still unfolding. Your best years, they're not only behind you. They can still be ahead, richer, deeper, more fulfilling than you've dared to imagine. But only if you reach out and grab them. No one's going to do it for you. No one can. But you're not powerless. You're not done. You're still here. And that means your story is still being written. Let me ask you something, friend. Which one of these 5 realities hit closest to home for you? Was it the quiet ache of retirement not feeling like freedom? The sting of waiting on a call that never comes from family? Or maybe the silence that settles in when old friends slip away, one by one? Maybe it's the heaviness of knowing that loneliness isn't just in your heart. It's in your body, too. Or maybe, just maybe, you felt that tiny flicker of hope, the one whispering that it's not too late. That something new, something good, something real, could still be waiting for you. And if it is, hold on to that. Because it's true. Now I want to hear from you. Do you know someone over 80 who's defied loneliness, and lived fully? Maybe that person is you. Maybe you found ways to stay connected, stay purposeful, stay joyful, even when the world got quieter. Share your story in the comments below. We read every single one, because your voice matters here. And if even one tip today helped you see things a little clearer, helped you feel a little stronger, or reminded you that you're not alone, then please, take a second to like this video. Subscribe to Thriving Age Tip. And tap the bell, so you never miss another message made just for you. Because this channel isn't about pretending aging is easy. It's about giving you the truth. And the tools to thrive in it. Thriving after 80 isn't a fantasy. It's not reserved for the lucky few. It's a choice. One habit, one connection, one brave moment at a time. And you, right where you are. You have everything it takes to make that choice, starting now. I'm so glad you're here with us. Keep showing up. Keep reaching out. And remember, you're not done yet.